I still remember the exact moment we realized we had made a terrible, galaxy-ending mistake. My name is Vrask. I was the communications officer aboard the Hegemony warship Dreadful Silence. For 23 cycles, I had served without incident. 23 boring, predictable cycles of patrolling the outer rim, checking cargo manifests, and pretending humans were just another primitive species lucky enough to stumble into faster-than-light travel. We were catastrophically wrong. The incident began simply enough. A human transport vessel, Morningstar, crossed into restricted Hegemony space. Standard protocol. Standard response. Captain Thelnax, a Krillian with more pride than sense, ordered them to stop for inspection. They complied immediately. Of course they did. Humans always complied. They smiled, nodded, and filed their paperwork in triplicate. The galaxy had learned to see them as harmless, eager, cooperative, slightly annoying in their enthusiasm to join the greater cosmic community. Cargo manifest checks out, I reported, scanning my displays. Medical supplies, farming equipment, educational materials. Destination, Colony World Haven's Rest. Thelnax clicked his mandibles dismissively. Search it anyway. I don't trust their compliance. The boarding party found nothing illegal. Nothing. Except a young human girl, perhaps 16 standard years old, traveling with her mother. Her name was Emma Torres. I know because I read the passenger list 3 times after everything went to hell. Her crime was possessing a datapad containing banned historical texts. Earth's own past. Philosophy. Poetry. Stories of resistance and revolution. Contraband. Thelnax declared, satisfaction dripping from his voice. The mother begged. She fell to her knees. Please. They're just books. Stories. She's studying literature. She's a child. It should have ended with a fine. Maybe confiscation. Instead, Thelnax chose to make an example. To remind these upstart primates of their place in the cosmic order. He had the girl executed, immediately. The airlock. He called it standard punishment for smuggling banned materials. The mother's scream still echoes in my sleep chamber. We released the transport. Thelnax even laughed. One less human cluttering the space lanes, he said. I filed the report. Justified enforcement action. Then I forgot about it. 3 days later, my console erupted like a supernova. Sir, I said, my voice breaking, multiple gravitic signatures detected. Massive ones. They're appearing across the entire sector. Thelnax barely looked up. Pirates. Issue standard warnings. These aren't pirates, I said. They're capital ships. Dreadnoughts. 50. No, 70, no. My scales went cold. Sir, I've lost count. They keep appearing. Every screen showed the same image. Ships. Hundreds. Thousands. Emerging from nothing, like ghosts clawing their way into reality. They were human, but not the clumsy, outdated vessels we were used to. These were warships, sleek, enormous, bristling with weapons that made our arsenal look like toys. Each bore the same designation, Earth Defense Fleet. That's impossible, Thelnax whispered. Intelligence says humans have maybe 24 military vessels. He was right. According to every report we had, humanity's military presence was laughable. Turns out, we had only ever seen what they wanted us to see. A transmission cut through every frequency at once. A human voice, cold, precise. Attention, Hegemony forces. 3 days ago, you executed Emma Torres, citizen of Earth, age 16. Her crime was possessing literature. Her sentence was death without trial. We have received your report. We find your actions unacceptable. Thelnax straightened. This is Captain Thelnax of the Dreadful Silence. You are violating 47 galactic treaties. Stand down immediately. The silence that followed lasted exactly 5 seconds. Then a human dreadnought, 10 times the size of our ship, fired a single shot. Not at us. At an uninhabited moon, 3 light minutes away. The moon ceased to exist. It didn't break apart. It didn't explode. It was simply gone, replaced by empty space and expanding plasma. Let me clarify. The human voice continued calmly. For 37 years, we have smiled. We have complied. We signed your treaties. We followed your rules. We showed you a small fleet. Another pause. What you didn't know is that we were building, preparing, hoping we would never need this, praying you would be better than you are. My sensors screamed as the ship count past 10,000. But you murdered a child over books. The fleet moved, precise, coordinated, beautiful, and terrifying. We are declaring war on the hegemony. Effective immediately. We will accept one outcome: full legal reformation, trials, due process, proportional punishment. Or we will burn your empire to ash and rebuild civilization from the ground up. Thelnax looked at me. His confidence finally shattered. Give me command. Now. I tried. Every channel was jammed with human signals. Ships were appearing in every major hegemony system. They had been watching, waiting, planning. All because we thought they were weak. All because we killed one girl for reading books. The Hegemony High Council responded the only way empires ever do when challenged, with force. They sent the Third Fleet to Earth's system, 200 warships strong, the pride of hegemony military power. The battle lasted 4 minutes. Not because the humans destroyed the fleet quickly. That would have been merciful. Instead, the human vessels disabled every single ship without firing a single shot. Some kind of electromagnetic pulse weapon, something we had never seen, never even imagined possible. 200 warships left drifting in space, powerless. Crews alive, completely helpless. Then the humans did something that froze my blood. They towed all 200 ships into Earth's orbit and left them there. Intact, undamaged. A floating monument to hegemony arrogance and human restraint. A message was broadcast to every ship. We could have killed you. We chose mercy. Choose wisely how you respond. The Council chose poorly. They declared total war. Mobilized every fleet. Called in every allied species. Within 20 hours, they had assembled the largest military force in recorded galactic history. Over 15,000 warships from 47 species. The humans were waiting. What we learned too late was this. For 37 years, while we congratulated ourselves for allowing humans into our galactic order, they had been digging, hollowing asteroids, moons, entire dwarf planets, building shipyards in the dark spaces between stars where no one thought to look. They had built a fleet of 50,000 warships, and they had kept it secret, all waiting for a day they hoped would never come. But we murdered Emma Torres over poetry, and that day arrived. The Battle of the Veil Nebula will be studied for centuries, assuming military academies still exist. The hegemony forces jumped in expecting victory. Instead, they found themselves surrounded, outnumbered 3-1. I watched the tactical display aboard the dreadful Silence, still trapped in this nightmare. Captain Thelnax had locked himself in his quarters, suffering what I can only describe as a complete emotional collapse. The humans did not just fight. They danced. Their ships moved with impossible precision, as if controlled by a single mind. Later we learned they were a quantum-linked battle network, an entire fleet acting as one organism. They cut through hegemony forces like a blade through vapor. And the most terrifying part? They were still holding back. Disabling weapons. Knocking out engines. Precision strikes. They were not trying to kill us. They were teaching us. After losing 80% of his fleet in 30 minutes, Admiral Kexthor finally sent the surrender signal. Not destroyed, disabled. Crews rescued by human ships and treated as prisoners of war. Better than we had treated Emma Torres. The surrender negotiations took place aboard a human vessel called Remembrance. I was brought as a witness because I had filed the original report on the girl's execution. The human admiral was Victoria Okafor, around 50 standard years old, gray in her hair, eyes that had seen too much. Her voice carried no emotion. Emma Torres wanted to be a teacher, she said. She loved ancient Earth literature. Her favorite author was Maya Angelou, a poet who wrote about resilience and hope. Emma carried banned books because she believed knowledge should be free. She placed a small data pad on the table. Emma's. You killed her for words. For ideas. For thinking. A hegemony counselor, a Vexian named Soren, tried to sound dignified. Our laws are clear. She was warned. She was a child. Okafor replied quietly. The law makes no exceptions. Okafor nodded. Then your laws are wrong. And we will change them. She listed the terms. Non-negotiable. Legal reform. Universal trial rights. Proportional punishment. No executions for nonviolent crimes. Independent courts. Equal representation for all species. This will dismantle the hegemony, someone whispered. Yes, Okafor said. That's the point. They were given 72 hours. They chose reform. They had no other choice. 3 months later, I stood in the new Galactic Assembly Hall and watched Emma Torres' mother speak. She spoke of loss, of dreams stolen, of tyranny disguised as order. And she forgave us. The humans withdrew most of their fleet. But everyone knows they are still there, watching. We thought humans were weak because they smiled and followed rules. We were wrong. Their greatest weapon is not their hidden fleet or impossible technology. It is their refusal to let cruelty become normal. They will burn empires to prove it. My name is Vrask. I was there when Earth reminded the galaxy that some lines must never be crossed, especially in the name of law. If this story entertained or taught you something, please like and subscribe to our channel. It really helps us grow and bring you more stories like this. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next story.